of us know that an injustice has been done, even if you belong to APC or whatever party you belong to, that one is not an issue. The issue is that somebody was declared as a winner of an election by the properly constituted institution that conducted the election, and from out of the blues, another dubious result was tendered before the court. The people who have the authority to tender the results repudiated this result, but the Supreme Court validated an institutionally repudiated result, a dubious result, to reach this determination, and imposed a governor on the people of Imo State. I'm not speaking because I'm from Imo State. I'm speaking on behalf of human rights activists who love constitutionalism, who love democracy. If it is done to Imo State, it could be done to Ekiti State. Tomorrow, it could be done to Kano. In fact, some people in Kano still feel that something was wrong, but at least Kano judgment, we're not hearing anything. People have accepted that judgment. The consequences of not having a proper review by the Supreme Court will mean the following. Subsequent elections will be undermined by the judiciary, because what it will take is that civil defense people, customs, immigration, and prison warders, these are the characters that messed up this Imo State election. That result that was tendered, that was finally accepted by the Supreme Court, was written by, not written by INEC, but written by these characters. And our concern is the mistake that has been done must be corrected, one way or the other. And they must do it now, because the eye of the world is on us. And let me say it, that it will not be like other matters that we say we will forget it. We will not forget this case. As long as some of us are alive, this matter will linger for a lifetime. And if nothing is done to correct the mistake, we are going to launch a global campaign against the Supreme Court of Nigeria. We're going to launch a global campaign. We're going to write to all the relevant international bodies that link up with all the jurists internationally. Africa is like a lost game. You're right, in Africa, nothing will happen. We're all the same. So we're going to face in the international community, because I know that the body of judges have an international forum. We're going to invade, and we're going to approach the forum. We're going to launch a massive protest. If possible, visit those places and tender our protest. And we're sure that our partners all over the world will sustain the. In fact, we've not even started. We have not even done any protest. As per Huriwa, we've not done a protest. We've just been addressing the press. We're going to enter the next stage if nothing is done. There has to be a massive forensic investigation of the judicial arm of government. It stinks of corruption. Most of these guys retire into stupendous wealth, and nobody asks the question the next time. Only very few of them are honorable. A lot of them retire into. If they doubt it, I will ask journalists who are grounded in investigative skills. We have a few of them that are in Nigeria, very few, because of the working environment that journalists face in this country. For the fact that a president of the United States of America, Mr. Donald Trump, sat on one part of his buttocks for the better part of this year, because he doesn't know what will happen, whether he will be thrown out of the White House or not. You know the reason why they wanted to impeach the US president? Because he wanted to influence the election that will take place in November this year. That tells you the sanctity attached to election. We're not saying the Democrats were correct. If you ask my personal opinion, I have my own personal opinion about what happened in the US. But the whole thing is, if the United States, where we borrow our system of presidentialism, does not joke with electoral integrity, why must the Supreme Court of Nigeria validate a pathway to electoral heist, electoral dishonesty, electoral robbery? Yes, because if the right thing is not done, you can just call it anything. It's a notorious knowledge that the results that the Supreme Court has validated did not emanate from INEC. INEC even objected. You can imagine even INEC, that is supposed to be a government picking, said, this is not our result. We want to condemn INEC. To even start, we want to condemn them. Condemn INEC. Absolutely. When you said the result was not tendered by you, that because the result that you cancelled the result, and the Supreme Court went ahead to validate an illegality, and INEC says what? We have accepted it. Why will you accept something that is illegal? INEC is a shame. It's very shameful that you have an institution that conducts the election say, although we did not give this result any validity, but because the highest court in the land has said so, no, you are going to accept it. I've never seen that level of idiocy, ever in my life. So the consequence is that in the next election, which is less than 2 years away, if you think 2023 election is going to take another century to come, you are making a mistake. Next year election, 2023 election is like tomorrow. It's like tomorrow. Judiciary, while you are trying to bail yourself out of this repute that you have self-inflicted on yourself by reviewing this matter, you should also know that if it is not done and this thing goes on, the next round of election has been miserably undermined. And this is what Nigerians must never allow.